Hey guys, this is Robin Wakeham from the Back Pain Secret podcast, and today I want to talk about why the lumbago diagnosis is a hoax, okay?
So, here's the important question. How can back pain sufferers like us, who don't want to use prescription drugs or go through surgery, heal our back pain? How do we live our daily lives in a way that allows us to go to work, take care of our families, enjoy life, and still manage our back pain? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Robin Wakeham, and welcome to Back Pain Secrets.
To give you guys a bit of a backstory here regarding the diagnosis lumbago, I had a patient a few weeks back named Tony. We can call him Tony. That's not his real name. Tony works as a firefighter, okay, and have been doing this for almost 20 years now. And his big thing in life is that he loves to save people, okay, which is very noble from him. He has 3 kids, 3 little girls at home. He's married. He's around 42, 43 years old. And he's been doing this firefighting stuff for almost 20 years. Growing up, he was very, very active. He was a soccer goalie on a very high level. He's into mountain biking now, and he's training quite a lot with his buddies at the firefighter establishment. Anyway, he'd been suffering from back pain, lower back pain, for almost 8 to 10 years, on and off, okay? Specifically, it was locally in his lower back. He didn't have so much radiation down his leg. And then one day when he was doing this training with firefighter buddies, they were climbing up this ladder, okay? And it's way up there, you know, I don't know how many meters, but it's a very high ladder, and they need to have like this big hose on their shoulder, and they run up and down, okay, to train. So in the middle of the ladder, he actually, his back went out big time, okay? He dropped the hose. He actually fell backwards, okay? And he had a fall down, but then for some reason he got hooked up, his suit or something got hooked up to the ladder, and that saved him, okay? But what happened when he came down was that he couldn't feel his right leg, okay? His right leg was just all numb. He had like shooting pain out his leg, and he was very weak in the leg, okay? So he went up to the hospital. They gave him some painkillers. He went home. He had a few days off from work, and the pain from his back was just killing him, okay? So he started to call around. First he visited his chiropractor, and the chiropractor like checked him out, and he told him, you have lumbago. You have the diagnosis lumbago. Oh, and Tony said, well, okay, it's going to be good in a few weeks' time. Just keep taking the painkillers and take it easy, you know. So he went to the physio. Same diagnosis, lumbago, okay? And told him basically the same stuff, but the pain didn't go away. It just continued and continued. So he visited like an orthopedic surgeon, and the orthopedic surgeon also did an examination, gave him some painkillers again, and told him, you have lumbago. Just keep on moving, buddy, okay? So by this time, Tony has been in pain for about a month or almost 2 months, and he had the diagnosis lumbago, but he still didn't know what this meant, okay? He was very frustrated, so he went online to look it up, and he couldn't really find a term for it, you know? It was so general, okay? This was about this time that Tony showed up in my office, okay? So he came up here, and he was kind of pissed off from the beginning, you know, because he was struggling here. He had this external pain he was struggling against, you know, and also him as a man, he'd been dependent on his body the whole life, okay? That he was strong, you know, the strong guy that could do anything, and now he was feeling very vulnerable, okay? Also, he wanted to be able to provide for his family. He had the 3 girls at home and his wife, and at the moment, he wasn't able to perform. So he had this internal, external problem, you know, the external stuff that was in pain, but the internal, the fear that he might not be able to work as a firefighter. So he comes to my office here, and he sits down, and first off, he's talking to me, don't tell me I have this goddamn lumbago diagnosis again, okay? I've been walking around, and everyone is telling me I have lumbago, but what the hell is lumbago? Well, lumbago is an umbrella term for back pain, and it can be anything from a strain in the back to a tumor in the back, okay? And it's very, very frustrating as a patient if you're walking around and you're getting this diagnosis lumbago, but it's not really giving you anything, okay? So why do we back pain experts give the diagnosis lumbago, okay? Well, it can be for many reasons, but two obvious reasons are, number one, we don't really know what the hell you have, okay, in your back. We don't have a clue about it. So what we do, just to give you a diagnosis, we tell you have lumbago, okay? Then you at least you have a diagnosis, okay? But it's very general diagnosis, can be anything. Number two, the second reason is that the person that's treating you haven't really checked you out thoroughly, okay? They haven't done a good job doing that. And as I said, I'm not pointing fingers, so I don't want any hate mail from any of you other therapists out there. I know there's quite a few diagnoses, people come in with back pain, and a lot of times we have a thought, or we think we know what it is, but we're not 100% sure. I get that. The thing is that what I'm getting is, if we leave the patient that way, we say you have lumbago, and we don't really explain the different things we think it could be. We leave the patient very anxious, and they feel fear, and that increases their pain. So what we did first off now for Tony in this specific situation, first off I explained what lumbago is, and we don't really know what that term means. You know, it can be many other things. Second off, I contacted his doctor, and we got an MRI scan on his lower back. And that actually came back a month ago, and it said that he had a slipped disc on two places. His discs down here had been pushed forward like 5 or 6 millimeters, and that was pressing on the nerves over here, okay? That was the reason why he was in pain. So based on that information, we put him on a training program to try to increase his core strength and all of that stuff. We also got him to change works, or he had he did some different work at the fire department, okay, during a period of time, so he didn't need to be on the ladder that much and go in and rescue people. If he comes back to 100% to work as a fireman and save people, I don't know at this moment. But the main reason why I'm bringing this up is that at least we had a diagnosis for him. He had an understanding why he was in pain, and he took some actions training-wise, but also like with his work stuff. So he's feeling better now. He's not 100%, and he's still a bit irritated because he can't do the stuff with his body that he wants to do, but at least he knows why he is in pain, okay? And we have a plan for him. So that's really what I'm getting at here, guys. If you have, if someone is, if you go into a therapist and they tell you have the lumbago diagnosis, I mean, it's not the end of the world, okay? First off, just ask the person, hey, could you give me a few tips? What could it be more specifically? And if that person can't help you, just visit someone else, okay? And write down your questions, okay? And be very, very specific if they can explain more exactly what they think you have, okay? That's about it for today, guys. Take care, I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And guys, remember, you're just one step away from healing your back pain. Bye-bye.
Want more back pain secrets? Then go ahead and get your free copy of my best-selling book, Back Pain Secrets, at backpainsecrets.com. Inside this book, you will find my top secrets to healing your back pain without prescription drugs or surgery that have helped thousands of other people just like you.